Hello, it is Direct Mail Monday, July 29th, 2019. Steve Sipress here, and usually when I come to you on Direct Mail Mondays, I'm at my desk because I am showing you an actual piece or pieces of direct mail that arrived in my mailbox over the previous week or so, and I share through those examples some advertising, marketing, selling, overall business strategy, tips and advice. But today, just have a simple story. I got an email from one of my clients late last week. He said, hey, good news. I got a meeting with Mark Cuban about possibly investing in my company. Now, this client of mine, he just recently sold one of his companies for $26 million. And he, as the sale was going through, those of you that have bought and or sold businesses know that these things take time. And so while the paperwork was going through and the ducks were all getting in a row and the sale was happening, of course, as a true entrepreneur would do, he started another business so that when the sale came through, he was off and running with his new business, which is a technology-based business, an app that he had developed to solve a problem for people and present a solution. And so as he's looking for investors, and of course I'm connected to many investors and he knows investors, and I say that with a little bit of hesitation because every business owner ought to know plenty of investors. There are more investors out there with more money on the sideline than there has ever been in the history of mankind. So everyone's looking for an opportunity and looking for something they like. And I get contacted, a day doesn't go by with, do you know somebody who's looking to invest in such and such? And my answer is always the same, of course I do. But they don't broadcast it. Like, unless you are on the Shark Tank show or something like it, the prophet, Marcus Lemonis, you don't broadcast that you're an investor walking around saying, hey, I've got millions and or billions of dollars and I'm connected to multi-millionaires and billionaires with plenty of money to invest. What do you got? Because you're going to get hammered with requests and pitches and stories and on and on. You know, when the Shark Tank or any other investors hold an event, Shark Tank, will go through all day long, pitch after pitch after pitch after pitch to the producers, until only the most entertaining ones, the most interesting ones get through to the actual sharks, and then they have to sit there all day through pitch after pitch after pitch to find the 3 or 4 that are going to be included on any given episode of the Shark Tank TV show. But I digress. So this being a tech-based and a finance-based product, my client said, ideally, I would love to do a deal with Mark Cuban. As I just said, the Shark Tank show, Mark Cuban's one of the world's, thanks to that show, is one of the world's most well-known venture capitalists, investors, especially in tech, although, of course, he is by far not got the most money to invest. He's only worth a few $1 billion. But thanks to the power of TV, and he is a very well-known investor, so not only would it be advantageous to do a deal with Mark Cuban as an investor, but it'd be a lot of fun and it'd just be cool. And as you can see, it's just cool just to walk around going, hey, I might possibly do a deal with Mark Cuban. And as the sharks always say, that's the premium on doing a deal with a shark, that you get a shark, you get that publicity, that notoriety. Anyway, so he said, hey, I got a meeting with Mark Cuban, and if he invests, I'm going to have a lot of money to, go forward with a whole bunch of projects and marketing campaigns that we've all set up to run in all various kinds of ways that'll bring in multiple millions, if not up to even $1 billion or a couple $1 billion into his new business. And so, of course, I had to ask, gee, how'd you get the meeting with Mark Cuban? And the response was tailor-made for Direct Mail Monday. So here we are. He said, now take note of this, and before I mention this, by the way, before I mention anything, in case I forget at the end, which I often do. If you want help with how to get through the gatekeeper and get to the decision makers and get to the movers and shakers of the world and get their attention, I can help you with that. I help lots of people do it. I've done it myself. I help people over and over and over and over. And these methods work. And they're all slightly different depending on who you're looking to attract and what you're looking to attract them with, and so on. I've heard too many stories of this done the wrong way, and it just blows up in the person's face, and it's a total disaster. And then got a whole number of really big success stories when it's done the right way. So to get my help, real simple, you want my help from me, Steve, you go to helpfromsteve.com. See how I got that website? Helpfromsteve.com. And just get you a link to my personal calendar, and we'll get on the phone, and I'll give you some tips and advice and help you out. Anyway, so I said, wow, what'd you do to get that meeting, knowing that, of course, as a client of mine, he's not simply going to do something stupid like most people do, we just send out emails or social media posts or, at most maybe some online advertising and marketing. I mean, anything that's, quote, for free or cheap or easy or quick is, of course, the default of people that are not extremely successful or not successful at all with advertising and marketing. Or even if they are, they could be a lot more successful. And so he, of course, used direct mail. But you'll see if you watch any of my videos on YouTube or LinkedIn or my blog or Facebook or all over the internet, and you go back through my Direct Mail Monday videos, I get this a lot from people that I talk a lot about the envelopes. They're like, wow, you talk so much about the outside of the direct mail piece, the envelope, and not a lot about the actual piece of mail, the sales letter, or whatever's on the inside. And I also mention on most of the videos, if not all of them, the reason why is because it doesn't matter, of course, what you say in your sales letter if it doesn't get to the decision maker and get read. And so first it's got to get their attention enough to get opened, and opened where they're in the right frame of mind to not say, what's this piece of junk mail I'm about to open? And they're in the default mode of wanting to toss it before they even look at it. No, they're looking at your piece saying, wow, this is intriguing. I wonder what this is all about. Now they're in a positive mind frame to actually read the piece or look at whatever you're sending them in the package that's on the inside. So the outside is where it's at. It's the first step and the most important step, and it's the step that I'd say over probably 95% of anything that's sent to anybody never gets past the step, never gets opened, never gets read. Doesn't matter, whether you're silly enough, as most business owners are, as I was when I first started, to write all your own stuff, or you pay big money to someone who knows what they're doing to write copy so that you can make a lot more money, have a lot more success. None of that matters if they don't help you out with the envelope, the packaging, the outside. So in this case, it was very simple. My client just said, look, I sent him a toaster. Yeah, you heard that right. He sent him a toaster. Not an 8.5 by 11 number 10 size envelope, not even an oversized envelope, not even a colored fancy envelope. And of course he didn't sit there going, oh, well, Steve, I guess sure that'll work, but that sounds expensive. Won't it cost an extra 50 cents postage to send an oversized envelope or a fancy whatever? Or won't it cost an extra $1 to do whatever? Yeah, of course. But successful business owners, hopefully you are, if you're watching this video, you know that we don't focus on the cost of anything. We focus on the return on investment, the ROI. We focus on what we get back, not what we put in, right? So we'll put in, if you could get a meeting, if you needed an investor or wanted an investor for your business, doesn't need one, if you want an investor for your business, a worldwide celebrity billionaire, would you be willing to invest an extra few bucks over a simple email, text message, social media message, regular envelope, oversized envelope, any of that crap? Send a toaster. Send them a toaster. And that's the envelope, the toaster. Do you think that got past the gatekeeper? Or do you think the gatekeeper said, let me open this toaster and I'm not going to get it to Mark Cuban because he wouldn't like this. He wouldn't enjoy this. He wouldn't say, I like this guy. I got to meet with this guy, or at least I'm interested in this piece. No. That's what happens when you send tweets and emails and envelopes, social media posts, and all that crap that doesn't work. Or works once in a blue moon. I'm sure you have a success story of stuff like that working once in a blue moon. But this kind of stuff works all the time. And now my saying, by the way, before I finish this off, by saying that every single prospect you have, the answer to all of your dreams is send them a toaster? No, like I said, go to healthfromsteve.com and I'll help you out with what in particular you should send to which person and when and how and what should be on the inside and all that kind of stuff, and then what you should do after to follow up and all that. It's a lot more to it. It's a little more complex than just, hey, I sent him a toaster. So, but he didn't have to tell me all of these complexities. I know all the complexities, and we've obviously discussed it and strategized over and talked about it. So he just said, yeah, real cool. Sent him a toaster with a fake $50,000 check on the inside with a note on how much money he was losing out on by not investing with me. And again, I'm not going over word for word what the note says. Go to healthfromsteve.com. I'll help you with the whole thing. But that's it in a nutshell. The mailing did its job. It got the attention of a billionaire, an extremely busy billionaire, who's probably invested through the Shark Tank TV show alone dozens of companies. Probably, I don't know, 50 or 60 companies and who knows how many others, and then he has his main businesses. And so this is a busy person, a well-known celebrity around the world, a multiple billionaire. How are you going to get their attention? Sent them a toaster with a fake $50,000 check inside. In other words, you're burning up money. You're burning money. With a simple note about how much money he was missing out on by not investing with him. Got the meeting. Now, like I said, you got to follow up. There's a lot more to it than that. Now, what does he say at the meeting? What does he do before the meeting? What's he going to do after the meeting? It's likely to be several meetings. So this is just one of the steps, but I just wanted to share that with you on Direct Mail Monday if you're just sending out envelopes. Regular old 8x10 envelope, and then saying, gee, direct mail doesn't work, Steve, or marketing and advertising doesn't work because I send emails and I have an e-zine online newsletter. Yeah, I send a newsletter. It's an e-zine. Goes to their email. Like, yeah, no. Cut that out. Think about the return on investment. Stephen Covey in The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Remember, one of his rules is you start with the end in mind. I think that's habit number 1. Start with the end in mind. The end is to get multiple millions of dollars of investment, plus the connections, plus the guidance from a well-known celebrity multi-billionaire. Now, if that's the end, then what are you willing to invest? If you could tell the story, yeah, I got Mark Cuban to invest, $100 million in my business and partner up with me and blah, 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 and maybe it's 10 years from now, and then we did another deal and another and another, and then he introduced me to this part of the, going all the way back, that's the end. Now going back to where you start with that end in mind, would you say, but I wasn't willing to invest more than a first-class stamp and a number 10 envelope to get that meeting? Of course not. So start with the end in mind and say, if I get the result that I want, what am I willing to invest to get it? And then get creative, do the right things, because of course you got to be creative with someone that gets bombarded with communication from strangers looking for meetings and looking for money and looking for endorsements and looking for autographs and looking for this, that, and everything under the sun. My client did it right. Got a meeting with Mark Cuban. You can do it too. Head on over to helpfromsteve.com and I'll help you do your own style of effective direct mail marketing, sending something through the mail to get a desired result. That's what I've been doing it for myself, and I've been helping entrepreneurs and business owners do it for almost 4 decades. Let's see if you'll be miraculously, first person ever that I can't help to do that with. So head on over to helpfromsteve.com. That's it for Direct Mail Monday. Thanks for watching today. Thanks for any likes, shares, subscriptions, comments, questions, concerns, anything at all, wherever you're watching this. I always respond when appropriate, and I will catch you back tomorrow. On Topical Tuesday, I have an important lesson for you. It's still on the minds of people from the Mueller testimony debacle from last week. That took place the day after Topical Tuesday, but right away I was like, wow, bingo, what a fantastic lesson for all business owners on how you can capitalize on exactly a similar thing as the Mueller investigation did for the anti-Trumpers. So that'll be tomorrow on Topical Tuesday. Hope to catch you then. For today, over and out. Bye.